Hello, and I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with a Strat Time report, and we got our Tuesday that we've been looking for. And so yesterday, you can recall, we went inside day for the SPY. So we wanted to see which side of this we take out, right? Boom, 2-1-1. Boom, down back through previous range, right? And what that does, that gives us reconfirmation of the outside month red on the week, red on the day. And anytime the 60 goes red, you have full time frame continuity to the downside here, right? And almost every sector is down. So we prefer to see the downside continue, right? And so right now you got a new 60. And right as soon as we open on that 60, we open on the highs and start selling off. As well we should. So we wanted to look through the broader averages against each other and see what was going on, because the SPY was going to be the tell. Either side of this inside day was going to be the tell. Because if you go to QQQ, inside day, and then yesterday poked down. So the question was going to rev strat and take that up, or recontinue the down, the reversal of the 2-1 inside and down, right? And boom, take these guys out. And if that works, we get us our outside month, right? And taking out last week's lows. So anytime this is red on all time frames, now we got full time frame continuity downside on the QQQ, right? If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, rev strat day, inside day, poked up yesterday. Boom, rev strat day going to stop guys out here, here. And once again, when you're red on all time frames, you're still a 2 down on the month and a potential outside week, right? So still the heat is on here. If you go to the small cappers, once again, inside day, and then Monday, inside and up, and then rev strat downside. So we might be able to see some more downside out of these guys, especially when it goes right on all time frames. Now it's holding a little bit better on the monthly than the other ones here, as you can see. Probably going to be a 2-month inside pattern. These 2 months stay inside of that. But now you had a 3 on the week, 2 up, and now back through an old 3. So we could see some more damage here, because like I said, almost everything's down. I often talk about the gappers and that we keep an eye on, and usually I talk about 30-60s, but I just wanted to show you this ALT, right? And then 60, yes, this is a 2 down, 2 up reversal here, but if you go to the 15, oftentimes you're going to see some clean moves too. And so here, you'll notice here it gaps down, but it goes green. And then as it pulls back, you're going to see here, 2 down, 2 up reversal on the 15-minute, the 2 up, the inside 15 for the continuation, the inside 15, the poke down, rev strat, boom. So a lot of good opportunity over there. Not too much going on the upside here, but we've been watching the energies. And with XLE here, it's still a 2 up on the day. It's red now, but it's still 2 up on the day. And OIH here, still a 2 up, although doji. And so what's happening here is you're going to get caught up with a lot of things in the cash futures arbitrage. And what that means is that if you're in the S&P and the S&P is getting lumped, that's why they're coming in. You can see how much firmer they are. If you take a look at like slob here, still green on the day, right? And that's still a 2-2 monther to the upside. So if we do stabilize, the energies are still hanging around. There's your OIH, here's your Halliburtons, and your Conocos, still 2 up on the day. Your COGs, right? Now red on the day, but you can see those things trying, but the futures are still really heavy with everything but energy lower than yesterday's lows. If we go to Caesars going highs. Caesars don't care, and that means you got natural buyers in there, because anytime this 60 goes green, right? Remember, it's Tuesday, so this is when we uncouple, where we have 4 separate openings now for the 60, daily, weekly, and monthly, right? So anytime this 60 stays green, you got full time frame continuity to the upside. So you are going into exhaustion risk by going into the highs, but you got buyers in there. That's for sure. You have to. If you go to VMW, and VMW, another thing you want to see on a day like today is anything taken out yesterday's highs. Right, market's getting crushed, but if you can take out those highs, it's not really going gangbusters here, but if we start to firm up. If we go to GoGo, we got to go down the food chain here on the long side, folks, but if you go to GoGo, fill me up before you GoGo. Momo Hammer on the 60, taking out last month's highs. Is that an inside weaker? Not quite. 2 down, 2 up reversal week, right? And you can see that gap is nice. Just run, sheep, run. We'll see if there's any nice 15ers in there for you. There you go. This is what you look for. Corrective activity. 2 up, 2 down reversal. The slight 2 down, 2-2 reversal here. 2 down, 2 up, and that gets you in and back up into the highs. If you go to GBT, Peloton going to lows right now. I got a lot of things still skirting those lows. This future's still heavy at D. And GBT just took out yesterday's highs, now backing off with the market. But that's, above yesterday's highs. Anybody who's short got what they wanted. The market's getting crushed. But it's rallying back, so we'll see if that sets up again at all. Like I said, they should keep selling off here with every sector pretty much down. Car. Once again, here you go. Taking out yesterday's highs. Exhaustion risk by going into the highs. So if you waited for that triangle out, let's see what we got in here. Little tricky on that, so we'll see. If we go to THO, new low list rolling along here right now, folks, as well it should. THO, outside month, reversal on the week, 2 down by taking out the lows, boom. Pivot machine gun weekly. All these guys, anybody short in here got taken out in one quick shot. And then you go into exhaustion and start to back off, as you can see. Here, now inside 60 and trying to come back down. With WGO. WGO, 2-2 reversal week. Green on all time frames, but now stuck in the mother bar inside 60s. Need to get out of that. If you go to UNFI on the gap list, now stuck. Tried to go inside and up on the 60, but these 3 hours stuck in here, right? So a lot more caution as the market stays heavy of people stepping back in there and buying, but you can see that nice inside month. Boom, 3-2 weaker, and off she went. Let's put this on the 15er down here. So now just getting chopped up in there. ONDS, what's this thing? An ONDS, little guy, inside weak to the upside. So it did what it was supposed to do. Outside weak by taking out both sides, inside, boom, and if that works, you take the outside month to the upside. This thing's still staying firm. We can see if that goes inside on the 60. Future's trying to head towards the lows now, folks, as well they should. ACB. And ACB coming up here in the weed, and that's a 2-2 reversal week out here. So that was a nice little morning over there. If we go to VRDN. VRDN, the few, the proud, the inside day and upper for the second time. Inside day up, and outside monther to the upside. So still trying to stay firm as that. And we'll see how it goes, because obviously this thing probably not in the S&P 500. If we go to some downsides, Facebooky, and did a webinar over the weekend with the energies talking about the 3-2-2 months, but it works on all time frames. So if you look at the daily on Facebook, you're going to see this. Outside day by taking out both sides. The slight poke up, the 3-2-2. Where's it going to go? It's going to take that out, and if you're lucky, take that out too. And it does, right? It takes out last month's lows as well. Facebook, he's still sticking the lows. If you go to XLU, talked about this in the video last night about how utilities have been staying weak. Now here you got your outside day. We're taking out the highs and the lows. Boom, 3-2 to the downside. XLU still in trouble. Whenever you see something like this on the weekly, we can see this higher high, and then you see this lower low, but you don't have another lower low. Guess where it's going, folks? Come on down. What's that low? 62.99. Give me 62.98. All right. If we go to from last night's video, inside day, snappy, inside day to the downside, yield 2-1-2 reversal, and you'll hear me talk about a continuity entry. So here, when it opens, it starts to rally back. It's going to maybe 1-bar rev strat, but once it takes that out, it's over. It's over. Then you can hit it right there, and you can see this right here on your 30. Right here, it pokes up, but once it takes that out, boom, now it's back red again, and it's inside day and down. You can hit it right there, snappy. If we go to NVAX, nothing like a good old continuation after yesterday's 2-1-2 daily reversal, inside day to the downside, still going, and you can see this was 246.25. There you go. You like $40 in 2 days? Not bad. And if that works, takes out the weekly lows and stays red on the month. So we'll see if these set up again for us. If you go to INMD, when things occur matters, right? So, last week, off to the races, right? Now you got a new week, right? Does that matter? Sure does. Look at that. Almost open on the highs, and that was all she wrote. Boom. 2-2 reversal today. And you can see once again, nice continuity entry right here. As soon as it goes back red. Now, like a lot of things stalling out, we'll see if it gets inside 63 hours inside of here. But still watching these new 60s because SPY doing this. SPY staying heavy on that 60, right? Every new hour, we want to see if those sellers are still aggressive. So far, they are. QQQ, still aggressive, albeit still inside on the 60. If we go to Boeing, just like in the Dow, and you can see this here, inside day, poked up, and then boom, rev strat back down. Still some room to try and take these out like the diamonds did, and you're back into an old outside week, potential 3-3 week. Doji on the month would be the issue, but the month coming to an end. Looks like it's inside on the 60 right now if they want to take that down. Excuse me. If you go to UPST, and UPST rallying back a little bit, still bright green on the month, but you're running out of month, and you're still an inside week, but you're red. And we just know this thing can move around point-wise, right? So potential inside 60, we'll see. All right, Q's and SPY trying to go towards the lows. If we go to Adobe, that was in last night's video. Talked about having a rough Monday right here, right here. Ow. And that tells me the sellers are still aggressive, and they still are. Boom, opened on the highs, and that was all she wrote. We'll see if we get a 60 out of that. Outside monther, coming back to a previous range on the week. Adobe's still in trouble. If we go to American Tower, oof, these towers having a real rough one. You see that outside month after the inside week to the downside, now the continuation, right? And look at this. Whoo boy, still smack down, and that tells us CCI. Here, these are all in last night's vid as well, and you can see here, 60, the 2 down, and then it tries to go 2-2 reversal, but then here, boom, 2 up by taking out the previous highs. You're in right here. Where's it going, Rob? You're going to take these guys out, and these guys are going to be coming outside bar of that. Tells us to look at S-back tower. Here, same pattern, you see, and that's when you can watch those subsectors together, and you'll see that. The 2 down, the 2 up, and then boom. These 3 are going to be coming outside bar of all that. SPY going towards the lows right now. Let's take a look. See, ow, new lows for the SPY. If we go to ACY, oh boy, and sometimes they go and sometimes they don't. So this could have been a Momo hammer into the highs. That's not what happened. So when people say hanging man, that's what it is right there. To us, that's a 2 down, and that's all I care about, because right here in the 60, the 3-1-2 Chicago smackdown right there. All right, see that? Okay. If we go to SITM, oh boy, and this is a 2 up, 2 down reversal on the weekly, red on the month, bright red on the day, and anytime this 60, now you got trying to go inside 60 down right now as I speak. If you go to EXPI, Apple going to the lows right now, that always spooks them. EXPI, and you can see this 2 up, 2-2 on a Tuesday. When it took this level, that changed the week back red. When it took that out, that's a 2-2 reversal on the day, right? And potential outside week in this thing, and it's still tanking. If we go, let's take a look at Apple now that it's going to the lows. Like I said, that always spooks them. And Apple still an inside week, but an outside month and dropping into the lows. So anytime you fail like this, 2 up or 3 made that, and coming back through the previous range, because we know outside bars exist, we're going to look to take this baby out. Right there. 140, 127. You know those guys who look at him like, it's support. I'm like, is it? You think so? You really think there's buy orders there? Yeah, you'd be wrong. Okay, if we go to NET, puke. And there's your 3-2-2 week, right? Outside bar, pokes up, boom. So the magnitude was to hit that, but the good thing is you had all these guys in here too. And it gives you the outside monther. And right now, still in all sorts of trouble. If we go to AMAT, and AMAT, already an outside weaker. Just getting clobbered here. Excuse me, on the 2-2 on a Tuesday. 2 up on Monday, boom. Coming back through all these guys. These 2 bars become an outside bar of all that. You see, so what you'll hear me say is the market's going to trade in the direction of the most twos, or failed twos going threes with continuity. Right now, almost every sector is a two down on the day. Qs to the lows, right? If that's going to change, it would have to start with the 60s first, because a lot of this stuff, you are nowhere near taking out the daily opening. So we prefer the continued puke in here. They've hit them pretty hard, though, so we'll just follow those 60s. And right now, 60 says, down she goes. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith & Black, Strat Time Report.